Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I'm your host, Denise, and I am decked out in my holiday attire because Christmas is just around the corner. Wow, the movie that I'm going to review this week is Wonka. It stars Timothy Chalamet, Hugh Grant, Olivia Colman, Kayla Lane, and Keegan-Michael Key. There are obviously other players in this movie as well, but those are the big name people that you'll notice right away when you see them. Actually, Kayla Lane is kind of new. She's a newer, younger actress. So she's got that look. It feels like I've seen her in something before this movie. So she has been around, but this is a major role for her in this movie, and she performed very well, I might add. All right, so before we get started, I want to let my viewers know that I have never seen a Willy Wonka chocolate factory anything ever in my life. So this movie is a prequel to the Willy Wonka movie people are familiar with, starring the late Gene Wilder. So that was perfect for me because I didn't feel like watching this movie, I would not be able to follow along and didn't know what was going on. All right. So when the movie begins, we have young Willy Wonka who has been traveling the world for quite some time. And he has dreams of opening a chocolate factory because chocolate is his thing and magic is his thing. And he wants to create something chocolatey and magical for people to embrace. And so he lands in a fictional town somewhere in Europe. All right. And once he gets there, he's got a little bit of money on him, but because once he lands, he's just so happy and energetic and ready to get started and ready to just, get his creative juices going, that he kind of, gives his money away within minutes to a person who might be begging for some money, the shoe shine boy, or he buys something, or he's just full of good cheer and just wants to share it. And once he's down to the last bit of money he has, he realizes, hey, I have got to find somewhere to stay. He's kind of realized that I know where I want to create my magic and get my business going. But he realizes that there are other chocolatiers in this town who kind of have a conglomerate going, and they're doing some shady things in the chocolate business, but you'll find that out later in the movie. But he has to find somewhere to stay, so he finds room and board, and that's where you meet Olivia Colman's character. And he finds this place to stay, and I just need to stay there, just for the night. But unbeknownst to him, because he didn't fully read the fine print when he signed his name in the register to stay at this particular bed and breakfast, if you will, he has amassed quite a bill. And the only way that he can pay it is to work it off. So he's starting off with a huge dilemma. And as the movie progresses, you've got the supporting cast who kind of are in a similar predicament in this bed and breakfast, but they are the people that he kind of leans on and relies on to kind of help him out of his sticky situation. I tell you, I didn't know it was a musical, if you will. There's a lot of musical numbers, song and dance. Timothy Chalamet does this character very well, in my opinion. He's got the look, if you will, for this character. I couldn't think of anybody else with his charm and charisma who could have played this part, but he played it very well. And as the movie progresses, you know, he's got his idea of what he wants his chocolate to be, and he's magical, and he can just create so many wonderful things for the people of this town. But of course, he's got people who are trying to cut him down at the knees. So it's a fun movie. It's about 2 hours in length. I think for me personally, if it had been a little bit longer, I may have gotten antsy, but I really enjoyed the movie. The songs were fun to listen to, and the dance numbers, the choreography was really good. Hugh Grant's character, I now know what an Oompa Loompa is, thanks to this really interesting looking character. So Hugh Grant is kind of about this high in this movie and kind of weird looking, but now I know what an Oompa Loompa is, and that was news to me because I don't think I'd ever heard the term. So this movie is a good family movie. There's nothing crude or inappropriate that I could think of that would turn off parents from taking their children to see the movie. I'm going to call this a Christmas movie simply because it had a wintry feel to it. You know, there's snow, and it's obviously was cold in this little town. But I think if you go to see this movie and you just see how vibrant it is and how fun it is to watch, I think you would agree this can go into a Christmas category. So it's whimsical, it's magical, there's energy, enthusiasm. It's just full of good vibes. You know, I left that movie feeling really good about what I had just seen. So that is my review this week. Wonka, starring the charismatic and really a pretty good singer in Timothy Chalamet. All right, so I'm going to jump into my Nailed It this week, and my Nailed It is the set design and the realism of all of the chocolate and candy that was made in this movie, Wonka. I mean, the colors just pop off of the screen. The creation of the candy and the chocolate and the colors and the set, the costumes, it was just very aesthetically pleasing to look at. And when you go to see this movie, once Willy Wonka gets his chocolate factory established, I want you to look at the chocolate tree. The trunk of the tree is just so realistic, your mind is just blown. So that is my Nailed It. The set design and the colorful vibrancy of that movie. And I was just so in love with the movie and the chocolate because I am a chocoholic. I decided to make some chocolate for the holidays for myself. So this is a chocolate pistachio bark of which I will be munching on throughout the holidays. All right, folks. So before I close the show, I'm going to tell you what my 5 favorite Christmas movies are. Not in any particular order, but each year you're going to see me watching these movies. All right, we've got White Christmas, starring Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby. A Christmas Carol, the George C. Scott version. Die Hard, Bruce Willis is a Christmas movie. I will debate anyone who says otherwise. Charlie Brown Christmas always makes the list. And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is in a tie with The Grinch. And so those are my Christmas holiday movies. All right, folks, so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And remember, we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, "Have you seen it?" with Denise, and there I will be. All right, folks, so until next week, you know what to do. I need you to go see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Until next week, Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.